This is the most dangerous prayer I have ever seen in a marriage. A woman used her monthly pad to pray against her husband. Look at that, her pad and her pant. I pity this man if he is actually guilty. Let's get into the story and learn from this family. This is titled The Agony of a Wife, and this is Agatha. Agatha and her husband has been married for 6 months now. Her husband was so nice to her before the marriage, but immediately after the marriage, the husband changed and started going after other women. One day, Agatha complained bitterly about her husband's behavior. The husband descended on her mercilessly. That day, Agatha regretted getting married to Mr. Paul, her husband. After much talking and crying, the husband refused to change. Then Agatha decided to pray this dangerous prayer. Will this prayer work for Agatha? Can God answer this prayer? Let us see. After the prayers, Agatha sat down in front of their compound, meditating on her journey of marriage and how she managed to get this far and unlucky. Immediately, her phone rang and the stranger called her to come immediately, that her husband had a strange attack. I bet Agatha did not know the weight of such prayer she prayed, because on hearing the condition of her husband, she became troubled and started blaming her enemies that they are working against her marriage. She dropped her pad and pant and ran away to meet her husband. Agatha was in tears for what happened to her husband, Mr. Paul. Not just that she was in tears, she was also busy blaming God for allowing her get into trouble marriage, and also allowing the attack of her enemies to get her husband. She was busy saying, God, why? God, why? Listen, I have come to realize in life that we have the power to choose what we want to do, but the consequences of our actions we cannot choose. Let's continue. God, being kind, visited Agatha in her dream and reminded her how he was trying to stop her from getting involved in that marriage, but she refused. And all the signs and warnings given to her by God, she refused to listen, saying that she was not getting younger, that all her mates were married. Now she has come to blame God even for the prayers she prayed. Agatha woke up and started asking for mercy. God also told Agatha that he was not the one that answered the prayer she prayed against her husband, because that prayer was made in hatred, which him as a God does not dwell in such atmosphere, and that the prayer was not according to his will. God told her that he has been talking to her, but she refused to listen. Then the devil used that opportunity to work with her prayer against her husband, and God declared himself not guilty of such accusation. Agatha could not think of any other thing to do again after asking for mercy. She brought her pad and pant outside to reverse the prayer she prayed against her husband. As she was still praying, the husband returned home fully recovered. On seeing her husband, she threw her pad and pant away and jumped up from where she was kneeling down to hug him. I will tell us what Mr. Paul encountered while in the hospital, but before that, listen. Marriage is a personal character development program designed by God to test you and bring out the best in you, and no one journeys into marriage without God and be successful. So let's continue. Mr. Paul started telling his wife what happened to him when he was hit by unknown power and he became unconscious. He remembered what happened. He said that he saw himself hiding behind plantain leaves. The scenario was so horrible, and the voice was judging him for what he has been doing to his wife. It was so terrible and fearful, according to him. After that, he started apologizing to his wife that such encounter has changed him. I want to repeat this. We can choose our actions, but we cannot choose the consequences of our actions. And marriage is God's plan. Any marriage initiated without God takes much from you to make it work. All you need to do is to listen, because God is still talking to you and I. Mr. Paul apologized to his wife. The wife, being ready to make the marriage work, accepted his apology, and it all ended with a hug. Please, I want you to join House of the Sons Global to keep bringing deliverance to our marriages by sharing this video. Please share this video right now, and don't forget, this is House of the Sons Global. Bye for now.
House of the Sons Global. where